So I'm going to get into, it's my turn to speak. And so I'm climbing, kuenda kupanda hapo kwa lori nini. And someone grabs my breasts. And then akaachilia na akaenda.
The nominations are here. You're all on God's side. Yes. But there's Nyambura.
There's Nyambura.
Midnight.
Imagine.
A male candidate has already been given the certificate. What happens to you during the nomination?
To those candidates and hear, listen to how much money.
Story.
Yes, and how much money that they have used on the nominations. So because I'm so, unajua nimewashikilia sana na nawapenda sana na sitaki kuwaumiza. MCA nataka 600,000 from you. MP nataka 2 million. Ikaenda hivyo ikipanda.
This is for the ticket.
Yeah. So sikuwa naamini. Kichwa yangu ina spiral. My ninis, my parents hata wao wako tu zile za oh my god, wananisikilia huruma.
Yes.
So tukaenda finally tally ikakuja nikaona sijakuja sijashinda. So I just slumped on the sofa. And I cried. And I remember my dad coming akaniambia, I don't care what everyone else is saying, but to me you are the winner. Yeah. So wakaambiwa wa mama, they're in a bad state. Some of them are contemplating suicide. You need to do something. So they organized a meeting at Karura and we went. Na tulilia, tukalia, we were not even able to eat. Watu wamekuja nywele zimesimama, wengine hata wajui ziko namna gani. We are at a bad state. So we really cried and and they had come with they had come with a counselor, but alikuwa anaongea mambo but hatusikii. Yeye hajui uchungu yenye tunapitia.
Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Adondi.
And I'm Judith Juma.
And welcome to the State of Her podcast,
where we're moving past minimums to real equality.
So today we have two wonderful guests in studio. I think I'll let them introduce themselves so that I don't mess up anything, because they're very highly esteemed people. So I think I'll start with the person to my right.
Hi everyone, my name is Zipporah Kamau. I'm a woman in politics. I did vie for the 2022 elections as member of County Assembly for Kabete Ward, Kiambu County.
Hi everyone, my name is Dee, presenter 001, media personality, radio presenter, TV host, content creator, podcaster, Roomba enthusiast, jack of all trades, yes. The girl from Kibra, and I'm happy to be here.
Asante sana. So today we want to speak about women in leadership. And before we start, I wanted to know from both our guests, when did you realize that politics kind of affected your life?
I realized that when I started paying bills. And so I would go to the supermarket, when you're used to being taken care of, your parents are taking care of you, so you don't mind about anything else. But when now I started adulting, and you're going to the supermarket and, bread today is 65, tomorrow is 70, and, things are just going up, and the laws are made in parliament and all that. So I realized, oh my God, I think then we need to have good leadership, good political leaders who are able to go into parliament, make laws, legislations that concern our daily living lives.
Dee?
I think politics officially affected my life in 2007. When we had the skirmishes, we had something that we had not experienced as a country. And I was not in Kenya at that time. It's even worse when you're not home. And you're thinking the next phone call I'm going to receive, is it going to be good news or bad news? Deep down, you're feeling it would have been different if you're at home. Of course, there's nothing much would have been done, but you're feeling I'd have been closer to my family, to my people. Since then, I've had a totally different mentality. I look at politics differently. Not very friendly. It totally changed. Growing up in the era of President Moi, high millennials, yes, it was calm. We were used to this is our president. This is his days. Years later, it was smooth. We never witnessed anything like that. So this comes and times are changing and everything just flips. And politics just left not a very good taste in my mouth. So that was when I realized, Kitu si kila mtu. Yes.
Yeah. And Zipporah, we've worked with you previously, and you have a story to tell. You have been in the political space. So tell us your story. How did you start? Yeah.
I started, my politics, I think, started, I did community work way before I started politics. And for me, it was so intentional. I'm born in Kabete, and I would go to Kabete and see young people who we grew up with, and they are into drug and alcohol abuse. And I'd feel so bad, see my cousins drinking and, hopeless, and they don't have anything else to do. And I'd listen to the conversations in the community and hear people talking about, I'm done with class 8, I've finished school, there's nothing else I'm looking to do, girls getting pregnant at a young age. For me, I also got pregnant just after high school. And so it was a journey as a teen mom and, going back to school and all that. And so I knew when I made it, I needed to go back to that community and make some change. Because I also went through a tough period, especially during pregnancy and all that. And so when I was done with, I did, my background is in marketing. And I felt it didn't give me any kind of satisfaction. So my journey going back to the community was so intentional. Yeah. I went back to class, did a master's in leadership and governance, and I wanted to go back with substance, I didn't want just go back to the community and you'd ask me this and I'm scratching my head wondering what it is. Yeah. So I wanted to go back home with substance so that when I start doing my community work, then I'm able to deliver. So I did my master's I finished in 2020 during that COVID period. December, and then 2021 we started now going into the community. I formed the community-based organization. It's We Believe. I actually formed it in my house with my daughter. So I told her now we are going to start distributing food. So I started talking to my friends, and I was seeing the situation the way it is. The elderly have been left with the children at home, and the parents of these kids have gone to look for work. So these people are the ones who are taking care of the kids. Some of them are sickly, they need medication, they need food. So I told my daughter we'll start giving food. So actually some of the food I took was from my own home, and now talking to friends and family, just seeing whether we can do one thing or the other. And so I talked to the chief, who gave me names of the people who are elderly and needy, and gave me the names of the nyumba kumi. So I started going now to the community itself, to the homes. And it was bad. It was pathetic. The roads were pathetic. And you listen to their stories, and they're talking about how they do not get the money for, the elderly money, the 2,000 that they are given. And even when they get it is not enough for food. It is not enough for, for medication and all that. And so, every day listening to those stories, it took a toll. And I'd go home sometimes and cry. And I remember there's a lady that we went to, an elderly lady, and she was telling me that this is the cabbage I have, and I don't even have, fuel to cook it. And so I was looking at that situation and wondering how many more people are we having that are having the same issues. So for me, now starting to think about, I think we need better leadership, good legislation, better policies for this, for the communities. It pushed me now towards thinking about, let me go for the political seat. At least then I'd have, a bit of power and, be in a position to make those policies and legislations. So for me it was intentional, going back to the community. So I started the community work way before the political work.
So you started being a leader at the community level
first,
at
the community level.
And then now you saw the need and now pushed forward.
Yes.
Now, if I may, most of the time in the community, if you start doing such kind of work, there's always resistance. There's always that person in the community who feels like, who does this one think she is? This has been our norm. This is how we've been living. And in Swahili they say, mtume asifiwi kwao. A prophet is not recognized.
At all.
So did you meet any resistance like from the community? This is how we've been living. We've been okay. I mean, you've grown up here. You know, most people expect that help needs to come from outside.
Yeah.
So you're one of them and you've decided you want to change this. Did anyone come like, tunaishi hivi, this is how we've been okay? Why are you doing this? You met any resistance when you began your journey?
For my journey, especially in the community work,
Yes.
there was no resistance at all. Actually, people really because it hadn't happened in Kabete before.
Yes.
They didn't have a daughter or a son who had come back to give back.
To the community.
Yes. So they were very accepting at that point of just being
The inception.
a community leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you've decided you want to be a leader. Where did you start? Now you want to get into politics. What is the first thing you did?
The first thing I did, which is now culturally correct, is talking to my husband.
Oh, yeah.
Culturally
Yeah.
correct.
If he doesn't support you, then what are you going to be doing?
Yeah.
So it's only, that is what we were taught actually when growing up, that when you want to make a decision, then you have to first.
Did you
talk to
involve
the-
him when you started doing the community work?
No, I did.
Okay. But now that you want to get into politics,
Yeah,
It's
you
not
have
for
to.
politics.
Mzee has a say.
He
Yeah.
has a say.
Okay.
Because now, he's one who is going to, I'm going to be asked, are you married, blah, 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 all those things. Yeah? So anyway, I talked to him. And the first time I mentioned it, he said, no. Me, I don't want to hear that story
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
house.
Yes.
So I kept quiet for a few months. And then the push was there. And I would go to the community and I'm doing that work. I'm going to the schools and seeing how, education has been just put down. And I'm a very big champion of education. Because as I told you before, I was a teen mom.
Yeah.
And I got married because I was afraid of my parents, that those repercussions and everything, and my father being a figure in the community. He's a professor, and so you expect his daughter to also follow the footsteps. And here I've gotten married. So after 9 years, just doing a bit of work in the home and everything, bringing up kids. I had 3 kids by then. I decided to go back to school. So I did my diploma, and then after that degree, and then now the master's.
Yeah.
I did all that when married. And I remember there was such backlash going back to school, even from my in-laws. And they told my husband that your wife is not supposed to be coming home later than you are. Why is she coming home at 9
Yeah.
and you're in the house? So actually I started now seeing that pattern of what women go through when you want to advance in life. So for me, getting into leadership and wanting to mentor young girls into these spaces, it was personal, because I knew if I can do it, then someone else can.
Yeah.
Then they don't have to get married at this age. They don't have to, start living as adults as early as 14 years.
at a young
And we were
age.
going to school and hearing of girls who are pregnant, class 6, 7 girls getting pregnant. And so for me, it was so personal. So every time I would go to my husband and tell him, I still feel that push. The second time he said no. So after that, I went to my dad. And I told him, this is what I want to do, but I don't have the go-ahead from my husband. So he told me, I have seen leadership in you when you were growing up, and I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
But I can't support you if you don't talk to him, if you don't
Yes.
agree,
Yeah.
because I don't want to come in between you. So the third time I went and told him, he went and had his beers. Then he came home and told me, now you've pushed me so much, and I don't know what to tell you, but if it's what you want to do, then me, half-heartedly, then it's okay.
So after a few drinks, we can have this conversation.
We can have this conversation.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
when he can say anything he wants to say,
Yeah.
So he told me that, mimi usiniitishe pesa, mi sitakupatia pesa ya kufanya
Campaign.
makampeni na nini. So I told him that's okay, I'll find my way. So yeah, and I was very sure going to the community, I'm going to be embraced and told, yes.
Yeah,
because
you've been
you've
working
so
with
much
them.
work.
Yes, you brought us food.
You brought us food.
Yeah.
We're
Went
getting
to
our
schools.
kids.
Yeah.
Actually, I was paying for school fees for some of the children.
Yes, it's you we
And,
want.
yes,
So-
and that is what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I went there so happy, and I decided, let me talk to, there's a lady I spoke to, and she said, okay. Then I went to a few gentlemen, elders, the male elders. And the moment I told them that, I'm here now, I've just come to tell you that I'll be vying, because I realized that Kabete, we need change, and I'm here, I'm your child, and all that, you know. And they asked what seat, and I told them the member of county assembly. Oh, all hell broke. Me, I saw people I hadn't seen, you know, characters.
What's changed?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The MCA seat is a male seat. Why are you coming to fight for it with the other men? Nyinyi ndio wanawake wa kusumbua watu vichwa. I mean, why don't you stick to your community work?
Yeah.
So it was so much backlash, and it took me aback.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was so positive that I'll be embraced and all that. You know, after all, I'm even learned now. I can even go and tell them this and this. We can do this and this. So, yeah, I got that backlash. Went back home. Actually, they told me, but you people have a seat.
Yeah.
The women rep seat. Hiyo si ni ya wamama. Sasa na wewe hii ya wanaume
unataka
unakuja.
hii ingine.
Ya wanaume unakuja ya nini?
Yeah.
So when I went home, I thought, maybe I can do the nini. Actually, even my education level, CIMCA. Let me just try the
Did you share the backlash with Mr.?
Yes,
I'm waiting for his reaction.
Like I told you I did, and he started saying, I told you. I told you. Nilikwambia siasa. Utapakwa matope, utaambiwa sijui nini. But me nikasema hapana, I have to do this. Because I'm seeing Kabete is deteriorating. We are just, I think, just a few minutes from Nairobi County. And you cannot say, it's so bad. The education system is down. You know, leadership is just crazy. They are given, you know, one unga, and they're okay with that.
Okay.
Yes.
You know? So I was like, apana, things need to change. So I sat down and said, do I go for the... Nikasema, no. I'm going for the MCA. And by good luck, there's a lady called Priscilla. She's very good, actually. I think you've met her, yes. She came to my house and told me, I heard you want to vie for the MCA seat, and the men have refused. And I said, yes. And she told me, we are going this journey. She's a tough woman, actually, and anaogopa sana Kabete.
She's a mobilizer?
Oh, she is, yes.
Okay.
And she's very tough. So she was like, I believe in women leadership, so I'm going to hold your hand. We are going to go this journey together. And so that's how we started. She became my part of my campaign team. And we started now the journey to look for a good party. And I started now listening and being very interested, because I'm a first timer in politics. So I'll just go vote, then go back home and wait for the results. But now this was different. I'm going to be on the ballot.
How
So
did
where
you
do
do
we
it
start?
now? You've decided it's MCA seat, and now you've talked about agents, and how did you create your team and then now find the party? And even why did you even think of going for a party and not independent?
I think as I listened more about the politics and everything, I became interested, listening even to recordings and everything. And I felt like going with a party was more safe than going in, as an independent candidate, because I saw the whatever it is that they were requesting, the 1,000 signatures and all that, and I felt that was too much work. So I thought, let me start, let me go party-wise. And I also consulted with Priscilla, who has been, in politics for quite a while. So she told me, you can go for a party. So I started scouting. And the most popular party at that time was UDA, because remember they had gone for a by-election, they had won, and, there was that craze of UDA. So everyone was going to UDA.
And you felt being under UDA, definitely you'll garner the seat. You'll get the votes, you're safe.
After all, I'm going to be safe there.
Yes.
So anyway, I went, and there are people who had gone ahead of me. Actually, very many candidates from Kabete, where I was vying, had already joined UDA, including the person who is now sitting on that, the MCA. Yes. So I went there and we had a meeting. They told us that we need to meet as aspirants. After several times going there, I felt like, okay, maybe I can go with UDA. Higher. Then I said, okay, let me attend at least one meeting and see how it will go. So a meeting was called by one of the renowned bishops. He was one who was, taking charge of UDA Kiambu County. And so the Kabete ward aspirants were called. And we were 15 in total. 15 men, 3 women.
Okay.
And we're in the meeting, we are discussing, and I would say that, when I raise my hand to talk, I mean, they're not very
Ignoring you,
enthusiastic,
yeah.
you know. Oh, okay, sawa. And then they continue. And I say something, and then another male candidate says something, and his point is
It's
taken
taken more
the
seriously.
same thing.
What about the other two women? Were you all treated the same?
Yeah, we were, but they were so quiet. I think even
You're
by
the
the
vocal
virtue
one.
of being in in that leadership space, especially in university,
Yes.
it had opened my mind a bit. So in the middle of the conversations, I'm told, Zipporah, can you serve us tea? My
Okay.
God. We are all aspirants here, and
Yeah.
I mean, we are contributing to the conversations.
Why do I have
but
to serve you?
somehow, Zipporah serve us tea.
Yeah.
And I looked at the bishop, and of course, he's he's a bishop,
Yeah.
and then he's a leader at
He's esteemed.
UDA, whatever. So I'm looking at him and wondering, did you just tell me that? So I took a few minutes and told him I'm not serving tea. No, I'm not. I'm here in the capacity of an aspirant, just like the others. I feel if they need to have a cup of tea, they can stand up and get
do
the
it
team
themselves.
themselves as we continue with the
Makosa.
Don't do that.
Mistake number one.
Imagine. So he told me in front of them that I'm rude.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I'm not. I mean, I know it's my right. If I want to
Yes.
serve tea, I will, without anyone telling me. But in this capacity, I'm here as an aspirant, so I'm not serving tea, unless maybe the other want to serve tea.
Yes.
And they said that they won't serve tea. So it had to be now, wacha kila mtu ajiserve. But after the meeting, even the other male aspirants came and told me, nawe uko kichwa ngumu sana. So I said, that is okay. But I felt that was not the space for me. So I went to NAC Kenya, I listened to them and everything. I felt, no, I think I need a stronger party. Then a friend of mine called me and told me that they are going for a meeting with Moses Kuria, Chama cha Kazi.
Yes.
So she told me, maybe you can come and listen in, usikie kama hata nini itakupendeza. Moses Kuria, after kusikia venye anaongeanga kwa nini kwa media na kutukanana na nini,
Kuna
I was
second
like,
guess.
are you sure tutaezana na Kuria? Mimi na my background, I know, born again Christian and all that, you know, a woman leader in church and everything. Alafu niona na Moses Kuria na matusi yake iko huko juu. Then I was like, let me go and listen.
Yeah.
So we went, and I'm telling you, by the end of that meeting, I just wanted to follow him.
Yeah.
I was now his follower.
He spoke sense.
Oh my God, he spoke sense. He spoke everything that we wanted to hear. The change that he wants in the country, the change that he wants for Kiambu, the space that he wants to create for women and youth. Hiyo kwanza ndio ilinichukua sasa kabisa.
So this was a different Moses Kuria, the
he
one
was.
you're used to on TVs, and now the one you've met one-on-one.
Yes.
You've changed your mind.
Very different.
This is the party, this is my leader.
And we are going. And I'm even not going to look for another party.
And I'm not serving tea here.
I'm not having tea.
Yes.
He's saying that he wants women in power.
Yeah.
He believes in women leadership. So, okay, now we are going. So, tukaanza safari. And it's
Zipporah,
yeah.
before you continue, because that's an interesting analogy to think that if someone sells the idea that they will fight for women and youth, it is the gospel truth. Did you take a moment to perhaps say, I need more from you before I make a decision that you really are going to fight for women and youth as per your political manifesto?
From what he spoke about the economy, he spoke about education, and his, what he wants his party to be. And at that point, he even told us that he's not vying for any seat. For him, he just wants to make sure that he gets the right candidates on the job, good leaders. And from what he was saying is what I wanted. Actually, my manifesto was very close to what he was talking about, especially issues of education,
Right.
issues of making sure that there is employment at the grassroots level. So I felt, this guy is talking what I believe in. So I didn't even take any other time to watch you.
Yeah.
You were like,
You
let's do
sold.
this.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm sold. Let's do this. Where do we begin? Yeah. So, my journey started there. And being a small party, now this is where things become real.
Yeah.
Because you're told now you're the one to build the party. You people are the ones to sell the party on the ground because you see we are a new party. And at that point, people loved him. Kikuyus loved him, yeah? Because he would stand and say something and then people laugh and everything. So it was not so hard to sell Chama cha Kazi. So I started that work. And then in 2021, I think towards end of 2021, there was a by-election in Meru, and Chama cha Kazi was fielding a candidate. So you can't imagine, I left my child who was 2 years, nikaenda mpaka Meru for 2 weeks, at my own cost.
Yeah.
And we were campaigning for that candidate, and we stayed there for 2 good weeks.
What?
We were even in gumboots because it was raining. Kujituma.
So is this part of Kujenga Chama? Because if we go back a little bit, there is a part where he told you, nyinyi sasa ndio mnajenga chama. So it's from your pocket, this traveling to wherever for 2 weeks, accommodation. The party will be built with what you have. Did you have the resources?
A bit of the resources. So we were trying to help each other. If there are people who are bigwigs in the party, and they would say, today I'm the one who is covering, lunch, I'll cover your dinner, whatever. So it was like that, but it wasn't money from the party. It was from the individual's pockets. And then we were told, and this is a song that is sung in very many political parties, siasa ni kujituma.
Yes.
Ukikosa kujituma utasaidika. And so for me, that was part of kujituma, with together with other people that we went with. Ilikuwa kujituma, just to show the party that you can work for them and all that. You committed to the party and everything. And that is a song that is sung very, inaweza toa nyoka pangoni. Kwa sababu naambiwa sasa hii ni chamba yenyu, sasa muijenge nini.
You own it.
Yes. So you're so passionate. And I'm telling you, Kuria, if he wants to put you inside a box, he will. He will. He is very good with words. So we started building that party, and we started now, going for meetings and everything. And on the other side, I'm also now coming out to the community, although it is very difficult. One of the male aspirants called me and told me, na Nyambura, nasikia umeingia sasa kwa siasa, unataka kukalia hii kiti. And he was there before. He was an MCA for 10 years.
Yes.
So he wanted to come back. So he told me, now uta step down, nichukue. Na nikichukua nitakutafutia mahali.
And I'll fix you somewhere. You'll be my PA.
Wewe hata usijali. Nikamwambia, me, I'm not stepping down for anyone. Do you know he became now my enemy number one?
Yes.
He told me, na wewe ile kitu ndakuonesha wewe. So I started now even becoming worried. What is this politics? Is it usually like this?
What is the situation at home as you travel for 2 weeks? You've left the baby, the husband is there. It's boiling on the ground. There's this gentleman who's come, uniwachia ama utaona. And then there's the husband who told you, utapakwa matope. How are you dealing with the...
It's boiling.
Yes, it's boiling badly.
And he's wondering, why are you leaving us for 2 weeks? Where are you with whose money? Then, I mean, narusa ya nani? Yani, kwani unafanya vitu,
Ashaanza kufikiria vile wanafikiriaga.
Ameshaambiwa. Ameshaambiwa sasa
kuna
mtu si wako. Huyu si wako peke yako, sasa amekuwa wanani? Wa kila mtu. So I'm like, okay, I mean, you have to trust me. And I'm doing this. Na sifanyi kwa sababu ya anything else. I just want to help. Hata wewe una hii community. Venye huko. So he was like, okay, you do your thing. Sasa mimi nimeenda Meru, nimefanya hiyo kazi yote, nimerudi. Tumekuja sasa ground, sasa kuanza vizuri. I did 7 months of door-to-door campaigns.
Wow.
7 good months. Every day.
Did you have a team? It was just you?
I had a team.
Okay.
We had come up with a team who, tulikuwa tunafanya kazi. Of course, you cannot trust them 100%. So, tukaanza month 1. And tunaamka nini. By 7, I'm leaving the house. I get home at probably around 7, 8 after I'm finished with my team. So, it was 7 good months.
And how's the money situation looking like at this point?
The money situation, now I'm trying to raise funds from friends, do a fundraiser here and there. Because... Number 1, me, I've never eaten even a shilling from campaigns. But now, umeenda ground, umeambiwa, before we listen to you, kwanza wanasema na Kikuyu, shina jeshi kanua, choma jeshi. So you're wondering, unaosema nini? Hatukusikizi? Lazima utoneshe.
Lazima throat iko dry.
Lazima itengenezewe, masikio ikuwe set, tuweze kukusikiza. Na tukatai, umesoma, hata we ni msichana mrembo, nini. But, lete kitu kidogo. Haya, those are the young men. When you go to the women, they are telling you we have women groups. So, and usually we do this. Actually, I joined very many women groups.
That's
Kanunua viti za kanisa.
Chama.
Natoa 10K kwa hii. You know.
Yeah.
So there is that money and you're wondering, me, I didn't know it's going to be this expensive.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go on, I do fundraisers. And then my dad, I feel like he was trying to live his life through me because he's always been a politician at the back. Kindani ndani. Sasa ameona mtu mwenye anaweza fund. Akaniambia, you don't worry. Nitakufund.
Oh, nice.
Fanya hivi. Chukua hii card. He gave me an ATM card. So he used to deposit money there. And we sat down and he was very excited, you know, akanitengenezea campaign, whatever, strategies and everything. Do this and this and this. Now the problem is the ground is very different. Whatever he's saying on theory is not what happens on
practically,
the ground. Yes. So it was tough to maneuver. But we did go for those, for those 7 months, and we did thorough civic education because I realized that there was no information at all on the ground, especially on the duties of elected members, either MCAs or MPs or whatever, senators and everything.
Wanataka uambie utawajengea barabara.
Yes, hivyo ndio wataka kusikia. Na kuambia sasa ujue kazi ya MCA hata hana pesa. Kazi yake ni kuenda kulegislate, kutengeneza policies na nini ambazo zitawasaidia.
But you see, that is your story, and they will not buy. Because according they use whoever has been selling them whatever they've been consuming has not been telling them the truth. It's always the lies that come with the road. Even your house, get bursaries, your children, how many? So they're used to these lies. Who's coming with the civic education that they need most, you're basically talking to yourself.
So actually even my team told me.
Yes.
Wakasema, because I had now, nilikuwa na team ingine pia iko na watu, wakreki hivo, and then kuna sisi ambao ni wa kanisa. So they told me, Buhesh, siasa haitaki wokovu mingi.
Punguza dini.
Punguza wokovu. Umejingisha kwa hii area. Sasa punguza wokovu. Danganya hao watu. Waambie barabara hiyo yetu kutoka sijui mahali fulani mpaka fulani.
Kiingia tu.
Hiyo ndio nitadili nayo. Hapa basari. Nita make sure yani wadanganye kile wanataka kusikia.
Did you pick the language? Did you
run with it? Oh my God, I wasn't able to do that.
Okay.
Your ideals and your Christian.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. You stood by.
I stood by my ideals. And I told them, mi sitawadanganya. Na sitawaletea ati sitawasema mimi nitaleta barabara. What the much I can do ni kulobby kwa governor. Kwa sababu ni yako na hizo resources. But ninajua one thing I know, it's your right to have a good road. I started now telling them about their rights. It's your right to have water, good water, flowing water na hizi mambo zote. It's your right to your child to be educated. So I started now from there. And also now, I started now coming up with things that I can do even as an individual. Setting up maybe an educational fund in Kabete. Because we had very many children who had gone even abroad and they wanted to give back. But they didn't know how to do it. So I had started talks with them on how we can start giving back now to the community. And one of the things that they wanted to do was having that education fund for Kabete ward. So those are the things I started now telling them that we would do. And they would say, this is very good. Unasema ni mzuri sana. Lakini pia tupatie tu kitu. Actually sasa walikuwa wanasema hata ule mheshimiwa mwenye utembea. Because I didn't have vehicles to do the campaign.
Ule mheshimiwa
boda hata tunakupatana ananiambia mheshimiwa ukuje nikubebe.
Kupe lift.
So I was at the mercy of these people. But I liked it. Because venye anakubeba na hiyo boda, anaenda akikuambia zile mashida wako
nazo.
Na kukoaje, sijui nini, we jichunge sana kwa sababu iko kijana anaitwa fulani hapa mwenye hata kunini. Mwenye ako mbele yako sijui nini. So hapo unasikia moshene pia kidogo. Unaenda kwa hizo shades zao, unaongea. Actually, I think I enjoyed that time. It was tiring, but I really enjoyed. I became a 1GB. I was very thin. Na nikakuwa mweusi sana kwa sababu ya kuchomeka na jua na baridi.
Na vile unasema uli change, like you became slim, you became dark. Like at what point uli realize that many day I need to move differently?
Sasa I love wearing trousers sana. trousers na t-shirts nini, nasikianga ikiwa comfortable. One of the taxi men called me. Akaniambia, wewe na utarudi kwenda mikutano na hizi matrauza unaenda nazo. Ukienda mikutano, vaa hizi manguo zenyu sijui nasikia zikiitwa dera ama ni nini. Kia utari, akaniambia kwani hauna.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh my God. So I need to start now changing my dressing.
So somebody has already picked on your dressing.
Yes. And you know when a person picks, already wameshaongea wakisema
Wewe you're the one who can go and tell her.
Yes, endo mwambie. So mi nikaambiwa, so I used to now to, when I'm going for maybe a meeting with the young people, nitavaa maybe jeans and whatever. So ile nenda kwa wamama na sasa hizo dera na nini. You know, so I started now dressing according to you know, to the occasion. Yes. And that is something now people start changing.
Yeah.
Women especially. Then also my language. Kwa sababu unaona tuko kwa Kikuyu. Mi nimelelewa sana Westlands. We used to live in Westlands. So Kikuyu yangu kidogo haikuwa ina nini. So nikaambiwa sasa lazima ujue huyu hata ajui hata anatuambia nini. Haezi ongea sentence amalize ya Kikuyu. So I started now starting to learn Kikuyu.
Like ndani.
And it's not like you're going to use this language, the tribe they're insisting you have to learn in parliament.
Imagine,
yes.
You're not.
But now you have to succumb to the pressure. First, it's your dress code.
Yes.
Then second, now it's the language. Then someone is going to come to remind you that you didn't even grow up here.
Yeah. So and that came up, But the good thing is that my dad is from that area.
Yes. So like, that saved you.
So nikaanza kulearn Kikuyu na nikalana. I'm actually now very
Excellent.
good at Kikuyu. So I started now, you know, going for those meetings when there are funerals. Now the challenge was siku hata nimeenda class yoyote yenye itanifunza. Sasa ukienda mbele ya watu utaongea hivi.
Public speaking.
This is the way now you behave, public speaking and all that. And so the people who are there before are people who had vied. And so ni watu wana shout, wanaongea nini. They know what to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
So mimi niko hapo with my meekness. Murega. Zipporah Kamau.
Oh God.
You started speaking like me.
Oh my God.
You know? Hey, you want to add a bonus if you were in there.
Yes, of course.
Mwadhani ya Gosho.
Yes. Gaine mwega. Jita Zipporah Kamau. Na demuhono kunao. Listen to this. I used to say, na muthuri wakwa etago, and someone told me we do not need to know who your husband is. What's the name of your husband is. Because I used to introduce now myself with all those titles.
Oh,
Wow.
Niuragweta muthuri unataja huyo bwana yako sana. So now it became a problem.
That's very interesting, yeah.
Hey. Haya, ndio mimi huyo sasa ninaenda tu hivyo nikijua kuongea nini. So now I'm able to stand up and say this is what we want to do. Tumeona kumekuwa na nini leaders na kuna kitu wamekuwa wakifanya whatever. So I started now gaining that courage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then
knowing how to speak their language.
Yes. And then a friend of mine, she's Lydia, and she really held my hand during this period because she's been in politics since I think 2013. She introduced me to a training by FIDA. And they were training us on branding and all that, communication, security,
public speaking,
all those
confidence.
things. And they even brought Honorable Waiguru to come and speak to us. So I also learned a few things from her.
Yeah.
Especially about social media, because then it was 2022 election was really digital. So she taught us a lot about social media. So I'm including that also. I'm doing a few posts here and there when we go, creating visibility.
Were you doing everything by yourself? You had someone to assist you? You're doing the door-to-door, you're doing the social media, you're handling it yourself. Earlier on you said you had a team.
Yeah.
This team, was it volunteering? Were you paying them still from your pocket? How did it work? Because a campaign, you alone doing everything will actually finish you. So this team that you have, what are they assisting you with?
Okay, so the team was assisting me first of all with social media.
Yes.
I had someone who was doing the social media posts and everything, just
managing your social handles.
Yes. But I was trying to do my social handles. I felt like I needed to probably do it by myself, but they were managing it, all the other areas, creating for me the posts so that I can post them and everything. These are the ones who are guiding me on. There's one who is going to be on security. One is listening to the ground and hearing where there is a meeting, you know, so that we can join in without paying any money. You know, when you go for funerals, you'll not use any money. When you go for, maybe the MP is calling for a meeting, then you'll just pop in and you won't use any money. But there were volunteers, but I used to pay them.
To appreciate them.
Yes, to appreciate them. Because, of course, you can't have a woman the whole day and then I and they were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and you know, I did that now every day for those months. It was difficult. It was really difficult. And I met a lot of backlash also from the men. You're talking to them and they're saying, hakuna venye tutaongozwa na mwanamke.
Yes. At this point, how far are the elections? How many months are you on the ground campaigning?
Okay, I started campaigning in 2021 around November. The elections were in August, so those months from 2021 November is when I started campaigning. Yes. So we did the training in February with FIDA. We had subsequent trainings by an organization called Democracy Trust Fund. I actually now became a member of DTF in collaboration with Eco Network. So they were really now bringing, a lot of issues on board, like how do you plan your finances, how do you save now for the final stretch, how do you use your money, all that. But you'll be told how to use your money, but that will be theory.
Practical.
Unaingia kwa ground
ni
kila mahali
different.
mpaka kwa kanisa umeitwa harambee zote kanisa zote and they expect you to go with something mazishi umeenda zote lazima utaenda na kitu.
They're promising you votes.
Yes, and they're promising you votes, so lazima ukuwe na pesa.
Na lacha nikuulize hii wiki okay, so we've started 16 days of what is it, 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. During a time, umeongea about online, did you experience any type of violence during the campaign period?
Whether physical, verbal, on social media?
Yes. I went through both, technology facilitated and also the physical one. But what shook me most, I think, is not the physical one. It is the online one. Because I didn't know who was doing it. I saw my photos sitting on top of a man in a bar, those kind of things. And you're seeing, and actually I was like, this is me. This is me, really. But I don't remember being in such a situation.
You don't even know the man.
Yes, I don't even know the person. Where is this? And so they had written all over, is this the kind of leader that you want? Huyu ndio kiongozi, anajifanya ameokoka, anajifanya sijui nini. Na ndio huyu sasa amekalia mwanaume, wanakunywa pombe, there were bottles of beer there. And that took me back 2 weeks. I stayed 2 weeks in the house without leaving. And I was always anxious. Hata ninajaribu kusema sitaangalia social media, but something just pulls me to go and check. Nikiona kinarudi kwa mablangeti. Na sasa my husband hapa ndio huyu. Si nilikuambia. Sasa waona hii maneno. Mimi mwenyewe najua si wewe, lakini watu wenyu watajua, watasema aje, wale watu wanasema aje kwa barabara. So pia yeye ananiweka uoga.
So they already succeeding in drilling the fear into
and
you. 2 weeks you haven't left. 2 weeks ujaenda kwa ground.
So they're counting on that. The moment that they instill that kind of fear.
Yes.
Utaweza kwenda kucampaign. Already amepata leverage over you. And the men are very, very, very intentional about the things that they do. Kwa sababu mtu kulipa watu. And it was all over. I even have, there was a WhatsApp page ya kunimalign kabisa. And then there was also Facebook, kwa Facebook uko wapi. So I went to my parents na nikawaambia mimi, you'll see a lot of things, but it is not me. You have to understand that it's not me. But huwezi fikia kila mtu. So iko wenyewe already wamesha kubali ati wewe na everything. So it was so difficult.
So do you give up? Do you continue with the fight?
No, I don't give up.
Good.
Nilikaa chini, nikajiambia, this thing, ukiona inaleta moto hivyo, then I'm on the right track. Wacha tusonge. So we started moving and everything. So it came to the time when we were now going to lorries and, going round.
Road shows.
My road shows and everything. So I'm going to get into, it's my turn to speak. And so I'm climbing kwenda kupanda hapo kwa lori nini, and someone
kwa
grabs
dress.
my breasts.
Oh.
And then akaachilia na akaenda. So I'm wondering, do I go up or do I now
Find the
Look for
person.
this person
Yeah.
and react.
So nimepanda hapo juu, nimesahau what I wanted to say. It was bad. I forgot totally. I was trying to remember what was I supposed to say. So it had to take a few other minutes to compose myself ndio niweze kuongea. And then people are like, sijui nini. So you lose credibility. Because unaambiwa umekuja kama hujajipanga, hujui nini unataka. But hawaoni what has happened, you know. And it was that and many other incidences. Somebody hugs you, somebody spanks you, you know. So I had to now look for security.
Yeah.
Na pesa hiyo ya security hakuna.
Yes.
Ni kuanza kufinyilia utatoa wapi. And you know I'm a mother also.
Yeah.
So as much as ninafanya hizi mambo za campaign and everything, in my home pia nitatakikana my chunk of work that I used to
Yeah,
do.
you still need to.
Of course.
Your duties still await you.
Oh my God. And no one else is going to do them. So ninajaribu kugawanisha hii pesa. Hii ninunue nyama kwa nyumba leo ama
Nipatie bouncer.
So it became expensive kukua na wale security sasa wale hasa.
Yes.
So I started now looking for goons. Mwenye unaweza tembea na yeye wawili watatu hivyo, of course wamekunywa. So watakusurround. So that is what I started now doing. But it was tough. The gender-based violence is bad. You have people just, invading your space.
Yeah.
And it really like surprises you and it hurts you and, you go back home and you cry.
Yeah.
And that is one other thing that, people go through because you're home, you're alone now. Your team is not there.
Yes.
So you are there with your family and everything. Umeenda kwa bedroom. You're just crying. Unashindwa now, why is this happening? I mean, I didn't know nimejingisha kwa hizi mashida zote.
Yes.
So even your mental health is affected. Uko na anxiety, uko na nini. Unatoke hivyo tu kwa gate and you're wondering, huyu sasa anafikiriaje juu yangu, huyu anafikiriaje juu yangu. So it was not easy. I did go through that kind of violence and it continued mpaka wakati wa elections.
Did your party support you? In any way?
Not really.
Financially,
no.
Do you remember the beginning she'd said,
Yeah, we are the
unajenga
ones
chama
Yeah.
ni kujituma. Siasa ni kujituma. So you want this so bad?
Yeah.
Go back to your
to
pocket.
your pockets.
Yes.
What they did, and probably I can applaud them quarter. I don't know
Quarter
whether it's
applause.
good or
Not even half.
bad. They did subsidize the fee for registration. Nomination
Yes.
fee to 5,000 for MCA for the women and youth.
How much was it initially?
It was 10,000 for
Alright.
women, and so they subsidized it. But then again, we had given so much to the party, so it didn't even seem like an amount.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now coming to the party politics, I think I should go there because it really surprised me. So we have done all this work for the party, and when Moses Kuria hits your ground, akikuja kwa ground yako tu hiyo siku moja, akuja ingie soko nini, watu wanaacha wakiongea because they loved him. So he used to, say, you people organize. So from your pockets, you organize for him to come. You organize for protection and everything, all that. And then anakuja. Now we continued very well until we got to the nomination time.
All right.
So there were areas where we had 2 or 3 candidates from our party going for the same post, going for the same position.
Yeah.
And so they were supposed to be now negotiated democracy because he said we do not need to spend money having those nominations due to tafute agents wasimamie sijui nini. So what we do, let's sit down and agree. Tuone nani atachukua hiyo kiti. Now he started shortchanging especially the women.
All right.
Kwa sababu alisema sisi sio that strong on the ground. So anaangalia mtu strong.
So he's handpicking his person.
He's handpicking. And I was fortunate because I didn't have anyone who was
a competitor.
A competitor. But we have ladies who had competitors. And I'd give you one case where the negotiation was supposed to be the next day, But on this particular night at around 12 a.m., nearly the morning, Moses alipatia the male candidate the certificate. So they didn't go for the nomination. And this lady had to be hospitalized. Pressure ndio imeshoot. Kwa sababu kila kitu ni kwa chama.
Yes.
Already period ya kuhama vyama imefungwa. So you can only go independent. Haya, umepatia chama kila kitu from the beginning.
Chama.
Actually, I got this lady in that party. Ni yeye hata alikuwa ananionyesha mambo za branding na nini. So she had given so much. I remember when Moses was coming from Dubai when alikuwa mgonjwa. So we held a nini for him in Thika. A welcoming party. All the way tulimtoa Jomo Kenyatta. Nakwambia tulimleta na nini. Nani sisi tumetoa mapesa jamani. Oh my gosh, they were
receiving the party leader.
Sindio. Yani watu wamejitokeza with their, me I had carried I think 100 people from Kabete.
And you're paying them.
Yes, transport.
Kila kitu. So tumeenda huko Thika, tumefanya hizo nini, and he was so happy, and akasema now hata mimi sitaki kusimama chama yoyote, and we are not going to be in any coalition. I just want us, alisema turimwe na wagai, sisi tuko kwa side ya Mungu, we on God's side. That was his mantra, we on God's side.
Whose side are you in? The nominations are here. You're all on God's side. Yes. But there's Nyambura.
There's Nyambura.
Midnight.
Imagine.
A male candidate has already been given the certificate. What happens to you during the nomination?
Now, for me, that didn't occur. I'm talking about a lady who
went through
yes.
She's actually a very good friend of mine. Ndio huyo amekimbishwa hospitali, amekuwa madrips na nini. Sasa amejaribu kupigia party leader hachukui. Hakuna mtu anachukua, SG hachukui nini. So, hiyo imeenda. Afanye nini? There's nothing to do. So when Avenya lipona, nakwambia she went to social media. Akatukana party leader. Akasema Moses is a dog. And all those things. Alimtukana proper. And akaingia independent. But I mean, it was difficult for her because you can imagine doing all that work now, starting over, kuwe na sign yako, ufanye nini. Na hizo kila kitu yako ni chama cha kazi.
You've witnessed everything that has happened to this other woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
What message are you getting from her situation?
Oh my God, that women, we are at a bad place. We have to work like thrice as hard as men to be accepted and to be given spaces. And we'll never be given. We have to fight for them. We have to fight for those spaces.
Yes.
So she gave up. And there's nothing more she could do. Kwa sababu certificate already iko kwa mkono ya mtu. Imeenda. So yeye ameingia independent. Mimi hapa, hiyo usiku, tumekaa tu hivyo sisi tumesema okay, mimi sina mtu mwenye napingana na yeye, amke nini. Then in the middle of the night, Moses Kuria ametuandikia kwa group ya aspirants. Now you have seen the way nominations for UDA or DM have gone. You can talk to those candidates and hear, listen to how much money.
Story.
Yes, and how much money that they have used on the nominations. So because unajua nimewashikilia sana na nawapenda sana na sitaki kuwaumiza. MCA nataka 600,000 from you. MP nataka 2 million. Ikaenda hivyo ikipanda.
This is for the ticket.
Yeah. Remember, the period has already been closed ya kuhama. So mko hapa. Amewaambia hivyo ni mausiku za manane huko because he used to communicate at that time.
Yes.
Hey, 600,000 inatoka wapi? Remember, we are a party of women and youth. Sio ndio alianza kusema.
Yes. So how soon do you get this money? Uko hapo kwa mix. So you've already been told 600,000. How soon does he want the money?
He wants the money immediately because you want your nomination certificate.
Yes.
So the sooner the better.
It's injury time.
Yes, it's injury
the sooner
time.
the better.
So you need
think
to
fast, Nyambura.
Think
Who
fast.
is sorting you?
Where? Hey, I'm there. People are crying on the group. The men are saying, now what is this? How come you didn't tell us earlier so that we can organize? We've been using our money on the campaign, whatever. Now this is the end. And then you're telling us, now you're not giving us our certificates.
Yeah.
Of course, there are those who paid. Wale watu wanakuanga kabisa wako na pesa.
Nyambura. Nyambura, you had your dad's ATM.
There's that card.
Unaangalia bwana.
There's that card. Call daddy.
Mimi nilingoja. I told my campaign team the situation. Wakaniambia wacha tungoje tuone how it will go. So after maybe a week, the amount had gone down to 300.
Yes.
Then sasa mimi nilikuwa coordinator Wakabete sub county. Vitu za chama ma billboards za chama na whatever zinaekwa kwa wazazi wangu kwa sababu wanaishi kwa center.
Ziko kwenu.
My parents are from Azimio. Wao wako Azimio. Sasa chama cha kazi kwa Kenya Kwanza. Wacha kwanza niwaambie. Si alituambia tuko Mwena wa Gai.
Yes.
He held a meeting akatuita. Akasema now considering now the political climate blah 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 I have decided
Yes. Me as party leader.
Yes. We are in Kenya Kwanza.
Okay.
Sasa tuko na watu wako kwa nini ODM. Watu wanauko Manyanza na wapi na wapi. Wanashangaa how are we going to tell our people that tuko Kenya Kwanza na saa hii watu wako kwa Azimio and whatever. So we are starting to complain and he's saying I mean it was not up for discussion. This decision has been made. Deal with it.
Take it or leave it.
Yes. Wewe ukisikia utakaa kwa chama ukae and you have invested so much in that party.
Umejenga chama.
Sasa kwa hivyo vitu zake zinaekwa kwetu. Madhi ananiambia mimi unaniletea vitu mimi kwanza naona hiyo nini ya Kenya Kwanza nasikia vibaya sana.
Mimi niko kwingine.
Mimi niko kwingine. Nikamwambia sasa mimi juu ni coordinator jamani tu nihurumie.
Mimi ni mtoto wako.
Na mimi ni mtoto wako. Sasa wacha tuweke.
Fungeni tu macho.
So I did so much for that party. Sasa nikaenda nikaongea na huyo SG nikamwambia tafadhali me you know I don't have money. Mimi siwajui kitu ni pesa ati zipi. Yani huko hii ulizia hata ujui siasa. Siasa si mama ya mtu. Yani that time they are talking the way they want to talk. Because they know either
you're
we
desperate.
have to. Yes.
Yeah.
So mimi nikasema sawa. Wacha basi nitoe 100,000. So huyu akaenda huko kuongea na nini akapigia party leader. Na sasa sisi tunampigia achukue. Yeye akimpigia anachukua. Akasema sawa tuacha Kamau basi. And the party leader and he used to call me even at 3 am. Kamau umepanga kazi sijui nini you know. Sasa hizo ndio ametupinduka. Sasa mimi nikatoa 1,100 yangu. Many people were not able to do that. So wakanini they dropped off and so they were so disappointed and you know
it is
hard.
disappointing.
It is disappointing. So anyway I gave that 100,000.
So the 100,000 you're sending it to your party leader.
To the party leader.
Okay.
Amekula pesa vizuri. Vizuri ana kijiko.
Yes.
So anyway now I felt now sasa nimetoa pesa. Sasa support lazima ikuje. Juu alikuwa ametuambia they'll give us 100 umbrellas hizi za wamama za kupeana kwa soko. Sijui na nini. So tunangoja ma umbrellas. Amesema yeye ana pesa. Hakuna pesa. So what are we going to do? Pesa yote tumetumia na chama.
What are you even telling this women you had promised?
Imagine. And then now this is the final stretch. After nominations is where now you need to use your money very well. So tukaendelea tu hivyo kidogo anakuja saa ingine hiyo appearance anakuja anasema you know mnaweza chagua huyu candidate wangu nini but then the test came when now the campaigns intensified. We are having now the president and you know the people coming to Kabete and everything. Remember president ako UDA at that time sasa alikuwa deputy. Wao wako UDA. So whose candidate watanini?
UDA.
So sisi tunajaribu kufaitia the microphone. Tulikuwa tunasema juu now you are part of and you've given the money you're supposed to you know, to make sure that you get a chance to speak. But hata yeye atasimama na hata ita candidate wake.
So every man for himself at this point.
Oh my God.
And remember he told you
amemalizana na nyinyi.
Nyinyi ni wa Mungu.
Yes, guy.
Yes.
That should have been the what would have
that message now is very clear. Every man for himself, God for us all. And you really cannot blame him because he prepared you from the outset. Sisi tuko sisi ni rende
aliwaambia tu vingine.
So sasa tuko huko tunafaitia microphone tunataka kuongea atupatiwi nafasi. Then later tukasikia ni kama aliingia into an agreement kusupport nani UDA. Yes. So it was yellow fever all through. So anyway, we get to that point. We are giving up, but we are still, you know,
pushing.
There's still hope.
There's still hope.
God, you know how badly I want this.
Yes.
I have worked for it.
I even prayed. You should have told me from the beginning. Sitashinda hii kiti ama, you know. But anyway, nasema wacha tuendelee. So we went on, we pushed on, we had organizations now that give us the lessons, at least wakatusaidia.
Yes.
So we were able to give the lessons and everything. But then sasa hiyo wakati wa nini, ndio UDA nao sasa walimwaga pesa. jamani wewe unaenda na pesa yako kidogo kuongea na wamama, wao wamekuja wamemwaga maunga, wamemwaga sijui nini, unajua wanakuja nyuma yako. Sasa wanakuja wamesha ground already
imebadilika color.
Things are now different.
Yeah. They are different. Now they are not even willing to listen at msichana wetu sijui nini. Hapana, ni what you're bringing. Yeah, it's our time to actually walisema ni daritoria kuria.
It's our time to eat now.
So they started eating and eating mercilessly. Wewe kama una weka kando. Wacha kwanza, unajua hata umepangiwa meeting, mkutano. I remember there is a meeting I had been planned for ya wamama. Nikaambiwa sasa wewe sasa unless tukuslot maybe na huko jioni kwa sababu wale watu wamesema wanakuja na watu wanatuletea pesa mingi.
Ni wazito.
Wewe unajua tutaki kusumbua sana, tunajua una pesa.
Kwa schedule umeweka huko chini.
So nimeweka huko kando huko tu. After wakuja watu sasa wewe unaweza kuja utuambie venye unasema. So it was difficult.
Which by that time nobody's even listening.
No one is listening.
The big wigs have come.
Oh my God, and they have given
the damage is done.
It is. At that point it is done, and you're just fighting but knowing that of course hakuna venye unapata hiyo kitu. But nikaambia campaign team, we just need to like finish. Let's finish. So we were supported by DTF, na pia wakatusomeshea wa campaign chief campaigners, na wakawapatia kitu kidogo hivyo just to motivate them. So we went into the election. Now nikaanza kuambiwa sasa lazima tutafute pesa ya mobilizers hiyo siku ya election. Wengine wanaplesiwa sijui wapi strategically. Ndio sasa ile wanakuja wanasema mjue mtu ni Zipporah. But now sasa hao pia wananunuliwa na kina UDA na whoever kwa sababu wanapewa pesa mingi. Wewe maybe ulikuwa mwambie unapatia 1000, wanapewa 2000. You know, and they are looking for people, they are waiting, they even going to the homes to get the old people.
Yes.
You know,
to come and vote.
So hapo ndio pesa. I mean I don't know whether in your training manual you have that nini kuonesha watu penye pesa inafaa kutumiwa ni at the end.
Yeah, we do actually.
Si hapa nini mbele kwa sababu mbele unaona tumetumia pesa zote, tumefanya branding, tumeenda storming za even other counties.
So this is the final stretch.
This is the final stretch. You need as much money as possible for mobilizing, for your agents. They need to eat. Ndio wasitoke kwa hiyo meza ati wanaenda kutafuta chakula, votes zako ziibiwe hapo.
Here you are spending what you have. You're very certain these people are telling every other voter kura ni ya Zipporah. So tuko hapo tumekazana nini nimepata mobilizers, nimewaambia nda walipa 1000, wameenda wamenunuliwa ni 2000. Then now the whatever that broke the camel's back is my chief campaigner. She was bought on that election day. So sikuwa na campaigner mimi sasa. Huyo ni the chief one mwenye anafaa kuenda everywhere kuangalia mambo iko poa nini. So lazima saa tungetafuta mwingine. Ndio huyo saa tumetafuta nini the election imekuja. The good thing is that I had really taken care of my agents. Walikuwa na breakfast, walikuwa na lunch, for 10 o'clock tea, hizo vitu walikuwa, they were well sorted. So walikuwa wananiambia when the elderly come, wanasema sisi tunataka huru baru na watu wake. Huru baru na watu wake. So it was a crazy scenario.
Ordinarily, you need to have agents in every polling station, which translates to an extra cost. How did you handle that, especially given that in a ward you can have very many polling stations? How did you handle that, even if you had agents? How did you maneuver the fact that IBC can actually put a stretch of so many polling stations?
So what I did, one of the meetings that we went to, the feeder ones, walikuwa wametuambia you people need to spend money on your agents on the final day, so that they don't leave their polling station and so that they are not bought. So I had put some money aside for that, almost like 100 and something thousand for that, to make sure wamekula na wako na everything, and then sasa ni walipe baadaye. So for me, I had really prepared for that day.
Did you manage to station for all the polling stations?
For all the polling stations.
Wow.
Yes, for all the polling stations, including now my family members, my brothers, sisters.
They came into
my
that's
cousins.
Family stepped in.
Badilisheni kura mnakuja kupiga kura huku. So they stepped in and started.
That's good.
That's good. They were there for me. I would say that I got a bit of support from them and it was so good. So election imekuja, tumesikia watu wanasema tu Uhuru bado na watu wake whatever. Mimi niko kwa nyumba, I'm pacing, saying karibu hata tano kuja nini. So we get to the evening and the votes now start being counted and you're getting the feedback from your agents and it's not good. And that night, I can tell you for sure I didn't sleep. And I felt like my heart was coming out. And I looked at the money I had used. I think, almost 2 point something, including savings. Ilikuwa wakati mgumu.
How is your mental state at this point?
Oh, bad. Siamini. Ninaingia kwa gari naambia my driver twende round.
Just drive.
Twende round tusikie tu venye kutasemekana. Yani tutaenda, there's a place where now ukishinda mnaenda kupelewa certificate. So I was like, I'm not among the people who are going to go. After all the work that I've done.
All the money.
Yes, that I've spent.
Time.
All the time that I've spent, I put everything. My life was literally on hold. My family and everything. So sikuwa naamini. Kichwa yangu ina spiral. My ninis, my parents hata wao wako tu zile za oh my God, wananisikilia huruma.
Yes.
So tukaenda finally tally ikakuja nikaona sijakuja sijashinda. So I just slumped on the sofa. And I cried. And I remember my dad coming akaniambia, I don't care what everyone else is saying, but to me you are the winner.
You're a winner.
Yeah. Because
what number were you?
I was number 3.
Right.
Oh,
good stuff.
That's good.
You
did
well.
Imagine nilishinda ule wa kuniambia ati
utaona.
That one, I was
waiting for that.
That is important.
Yes.
I was 9.
Yes.
So
9.
Yeah, he was 9.
You did well.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually,
let me echo your dad's words. You are a winner.
I looked at him and I said, okay, thank you, Daddy. Lakini ni jumi ni mtoto wako. But he told me the work that you have done, the fact that you've done 7 months of civic education, the fact that iko watu wanajua sasa kazi ya MCA, kazi ya nani, what they are writer, you've done well.
It's not in vain.
Yes, it's not in vain.
Results are here. You've slumped. Your mind is spiraling. Mentally, a lot of things are going on in your head. You're not okay. Physically, Zippy is in pieces. What is the next step that you're doing? Because remember, you're a mother. You have other responsibilities. In as much as your body and your mind, everything is giving in, you're about to give up. What is that wake-up call? What is that thing in your mind that tells you this is not the end? Yes, that resilience, the woman in you. At what point do you decide, I need to snap out of this and life has to go on? How long does it take? What does it take?
It takes 2 to 3 months. Because I can tell you for sure, when I went back to my house, after everything, and after paying my agents, because I still had to pay them, hata kama umeshindwa. So nikawalipa kila kitu, mi tukamalizana. I took my things, my children, walikuwa mehamia kwa the grandparents because of security issues. So tukarudi kwetu. And I never left that house for 2.5 months. I was in that home. I never left. I didn't want to think about anything else. I didn't want to think about anyone else. I was like, what have I done? I have messed up. I've messed up my family. And I'm thinking about the money, and my husband is telling me, you've used so much money. Hiyo pesa ingetusaidia.
He's hammering it in.
Yes. Ingetusaidia. Look at now, hatuna pesa, hatuna nini. Now look, ulikuwa naendea nini? Kwa siasa, I told you, you didn't listen. So it actually even started now, affecting our relationship, our marriage. Ikakuwa a very bad time for me. Because instead of that now support, nikapata sasa hiyo backlash kutoka now my husband. Na mimi niko kwa nyumba 24/7 sitoki. So you can imagine hammering that, and maybe amekuja amelewa na kuambia and all that.
There's a support you heard from a lady friend who was in politics before.
Hata yeye sasa ametulia.
She's not looking for
you.
Alikuwa mobilizer.
Alishafanya kazi yake.
Sasa yeye alifanya kazi yake, amemaliza,
so nobody is even checking on you.
Nobody is checking on me. So I stayed that way for those months. And then my friend called me. Akaniambia DTF wana organize meeting ya aspirants because they had heard that many women are in hospital.
Yes.
Wenye wameuza mashamba, there's a particular lady who had used 20 million for the MP seat. Ameuza mpaka gari. Sijui ameuza nini. So people are in stress.
Some are in debt.
Depression. Some are in debt. They are being auctioned. I know people who have been auctioned their flats. So wakaambiwa wamama, they're in a bad state. Some of them are contemplating suicide. You need to do something. So they organized a meeting at Karura and we went. Na tulilia, tukalia, we were not even able to eat. Watu wamekuja nywele zimesimama, wengine hata wajui ziko namna gani. We are at a bad state. So we really cried and and they had come with they had come with a counselor, but alikuwa anaongea mambo but hatusikii. Yeye hajui uchungu yenye tunapitia. So that was just the beginning of healing.
Yes.
And for me, that was something that snapped me out. Nikasema, no matter how much I want to cry and I want to say I've lost money, I need now to rise up. And my head is not telling me now at sijui enda wapi. Inaniambia turudi kwa the same community. Go and continue with the work that you're doing.
Wow.
Yes.
Now,
This is your calling.
Yes, this is your calling. And people used to knock at my gate when wanataka usaidizi. Hiyo ni after election na my husband anawafukuza. Anawaambia mimi siwataki huku. Mnafanya nini huku? Mimi mmetuingisha kwa shida nyingi sana. But also I had tried to look for work. But every time they ask about that period, what were you doing? Because hujaiweka kwa nini? Ulikuwa kwa campaign politics ni
hawataki.
So now you're on your own. Hakuna mtu anataka kuandika kazi kwa sababu sasa wewe utaenda kufanya politics kwa ofisi. Utaenda kuharibu mambo, utaenda kuharibu wafanyakazi wale wengine. Kuambia wa fight for their rights and whatever. So hakuna mahali mnatakikana. Tumejaza mambo za CS na PS na nini, mko na makaratasi, hakuna. There is nothing, because who do you know who will help you? I mean,
so here you are back to the community.
You're back to the community.
Now Zipporah, as you even wrap up, what would you advise young women? Mtu anataka 2027 kuingia politics and beyond. What would you advise them?
You do not need to seek permission from anyone. Go for it. If you feel like you have the passion and you have the drive, go for it. And I can say it's not easy, but it's doable. It's doable. Then also, you do not have to, kama sasa mimi, I didn't get the seat, but I was able to go into platforms where I've been able to speak to even the young women in politics and telling them my experiences and what they should do here, security-wise and whatever, branding and all that. I've gone into platforms, international platforms, speaking about the same. So I'd say, yes, I lost the election, but it was not all a loss. Yes, I did get some, some benefits from
some support.
Yes.
And as a woman in media, what would you advise a woman who wants to enter into the political space?
First, I'd like to applaud you. All the challenges you went through, you still had the thick skin, you still did not give up. It's still not easy, leave alone in politics, even women in leadership, in the different spaces we work, even in the media industry. I'm a media personality. We have those challenges as well. When you look at most of the prime time programs, you'll find it's a male host. It's male dominated. So we're all still fighting for space. But just listening to Zipporah, her journey lacked a few things that most women who want to get into leadership in politics do not have. One is resources. Because when you look at, say, technical support on the training, a little bit, you got some help. Not everyone who wants to vie gets that kind of help. How to run a campaign, how to manage people, the security issues, how to prepare for interviews. That is very important. Because most of the time, media houses will be looking for you to speak to you, but you do not have the know-how. Again, we do not know who you are. We don't know how to reach you. In as much as we have reporters on the ground, grassroots, we don't know how to reach this particular person that wants to give him a chance
Yeah.
to vie for Kabete, to vie for Kibera.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of resources that women who want to get into politics lack. And then there's financial support. I'll speak as a creative. I'll speak as a content creator, as an influencer. I'll give an example. We have Heva, we have Africa No Filter that gives content creators money. We have people who fund us for just putting our content out there.
Yeah.
We earn.
Yeah.
How many women organizations do we have in this country that would say, starting today henceforth, we want to back up the women who want to be leaders, the women who want to vie for politics. This is a much, because I believe if we had corporates or women's societies that would actually stand with you, I mean, very few people would go selling land, very few people, you know, auctioned, you do not have school fees for your children because what you had is what you spent on campaign. So still a long way, we need funding for women in politics. Again, we're going to get into the systematic challenges that we have. There's culture, there's religion, there's perception. Already, you're there introducing yourself and wanting to introduce your whole family to the people.
Plus your husband.
Yes, as your husband. You're told, not important. You know, already... one, you had a husband. Another woman who wants to vie does not have a husband. Huyu hata hajaolewa atatuambia nini. This one who cannot run her own home. She cannot keep a man. You know, we have those ones. And then there's religion. It came in. Sounded like it was in an African perspective, but it wasn't. Why are you in trousers? You're a woman. Why can't you wear deras? Cover your head like other women. We have that. And then sometimes you find that unless you're from a powerful family, unless there's a name backing you, then you are nobody. You know?
True.
Yes. And unless you have roots, your family has been in politics, huyu ni mtoto wa fulani, your family is in money, then that respect you will not have it. And then we have, let's talk legal, special seats. You are in a party. You're not independent. How many female politicians do we have in parliament that are courtesy of the special seats? What does it add? Does it come with any value? In most cases, you find they have to simp to the party leader. You're not your own person. You cannot stand as a woman and say, me as D, this is what I'd like to say, me as the MC of Kibra. No, you still have to go to the party. They still have to give you a go-ahead. They still have... You're literally like a puppet, I'm sorry to say. Because it is what the party leader says that goes. So it's about time women support women and men. We're your sisters. We're your daughters. Some of us are your wives. You do know the leadership capabilities I have. Leave alone the house looking for your socks and your vest and you don't even remember where you left your tie. You know what I'm capable of. Support us. You know, the times that women would just wear lipstick and smile, gone. We have a say. We are leaders in as much as you... Stop giving priority to men. They tell you there's the 50-50 gender balance. Show me. How far have we gone? We are still called names in these spaces. We are still considered not I mean, enough. You can lead, but can you be my secretary when I'm away? I mean, I can give you a position, you can be my PA. She was told, give it to a man, and then tutakutaftia mahali. So we still have those things. And then as we're looking at towards the 50-50 ambition in the political space, there's still so much to be done, so much to be achieved. And just to wrap it up, I'd like to say this. Congratulations. And to any other woman out there in politics, it is about time you take your rightful position in the society and make zero apologies. Women support women. Men, you know what we can do. You know what you are capable of. It doesn't cost you a thing to just move aside a little bit and make space for us. Thank you.
With this close call to action. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that you always come through when we call you. And to the viewers, we'll always call upon you. Please tell us, what do we advise these women in politics? What have you seen? What do we need to change? So asanteni sana, and see you next time.
And of course, don't forget to subscribe, follow, share, tell somebody to tell somebody that this is the new podcast in town.